I want to share a real story with you. Just assume that you know how to communicate in English, or at least you are aware that you can manage whenever it comes to talking with anybody. But you join some company. In that company, at the starting, you didn't dare to speak with anybody. You started realizing, you started tuning with people, whatever member are there. You started talking, you started making impression, cultivating relationship with all the people in your mother tongue. But what will happen gradually? Your fluency that you had in English communication skill or that you had gained, you know how to manage in English. But at starting, because of we were getting shy away from speaking in English with somebody, or gradually since starting, we started communicating in mother tongue. But gradually, this trait, the habit that we started at starting, it becomes our first impression. Or that is why it is called the first impression is the last impression. So once we have started cultivating relation with all the people, either they are colleague, manager, senior people, we thought let's go in comfort zone. And that comfort zone is not but about the communication skill. Or you have started talking in your general communication in your mother tongue. But that habit, that trait, that characteristic started layering your mind. Or by the time passes by a month, 2 month, 3 months, again, you know English, you know how to speak, you know at least you can manage. You are not advanced, you are not pro, but at least you know you can manage that. But what happened here? The first impression you shown, you cultivate with all the people, it was in the mother tongue. Or now your mind activated in the way that you perceived, that you demonstrated at the starting. And now whenever you are talking with anybody, and your colleague or manager, whoever it is, now your mind is somewhere in a scare. They're not allowing you to speak in English. Why? Because it was the first time, the first impression that we shown, that we came across, it was simple in our mother tongue. Or that becomes one of the obstacle by the time. Good morning guys, my name is Alok. I have been teaching globally how to speak well, how to cultivate your English communication skill up to the next level. Or this types of problem that what I'm narrating here, this is somewhere crippling people's mindset, their career growth, and their confidence level. So why did it happen? Because we are human, we have emotions. So once we start showing our impression with anybody, or that impression, by the time it becomes hardwired in our mind, and that hardwire is not gonna allow us to speak in English. Why it happened? Because ultimately everybody has kinds of fearfulness in their mind, and that kinds of fearfulness somewhere becomes a hitch by the time. So somewhere if you belong to such category, and you know that well I can speak in English, but yeah, my problem is I started talking in my mother tongue and now I'm not daring to talk in English. What happened there? That is the psychology that we have. Again, even you know how to manage in English, but again you have to work upon that, just to get rid of your hesitation, just to get rid of all the layer that you layered already, and to improve little more. So what will happen here? If you start practicing again, you already have English, you know how to talk, you know how fluency is, but again you will start building idea, building some vocabulary, some new idiom phrases, or some new structure. You are already having that communication skill in you, but now what is happening here? Now you are learning more, or that somewhere combines your confidence level and it builds you, it thrives the way you want to communicate. So this is one of the great hindrance in majority of people's life. They know English, but they are not daring to speak with anybody. So if somewhere you are lying in that category, you want to improve, never ever shy away, never ever think about that I need to start again. Because majority of people, they are just procrastinating. That procrastination is somewhere becoming a great obstacle in our life. So guy, believe me, these are the experience that I have been sharing here. It's not by makeshift, that I have been coming across many people. They are at the same category and they are sharing and they are starting learning again. And within a few minutes, they got the confidence level, and that is what they want to improve. Either you are team lead, manager, senior manager, or still you feel that you are not having great confidence to elaborate your idea, great confidence. Somewhere you know how to speak in English, but what is happening over here? You know, but there comes some situation, the particular situation you are not able to express, you are not able to reveal. So that becomes one of the great challenge in our life, and we all know about this. this is not a general problem. That is general, that was general, but now somewhere it is crippling our career growth. It is somewhere becoming a hindrance in our communication skill. So that is why a lot of people, they belong to this category, or they are not improving because they are not taking action. Once you start taking action, you will get to know that wow, you are capable of doing that, you had potential for that, but you were just sitting and thinking about that. You are not gonna take action, you are embarking on this communication skill journey. So even you don't speak English, or you are somewhere at the level where you know how to speak, or if you are fluent in English in any category, still you are stuck while talking in front of anybody in the meeting or the client, wherever you are facing any challenge. If you belong to such category, never be shy to start again. Anytime we can start this and we can learn this language, because this is a language, it can be learned anytime. Or we are just getting hesitation when to start. Every time we think to start, but again we are stuck somewhere with some task that, well, I'll start later on. Well, I don't have time now. I got a new project. That project is most important compared to communication skill. But such kinds of projects, such kinds of job, every time it will keep coming, but we will be in the same passion to procrastinating. That procrastination habit that once we build, again it works in the way that anytime we think and again it hit in our mind and we think, well, we'll learn later on. So never will come across such situation. If you are somewhere in this situation, try to get rid of it. Why not? Because ultimately everybody learns it and you are capable of doing that. Let us start now. Don't let your communication skill be dull or fade, so that you are not allowing yourself to open your mouth in front of public, open your mouth in front of your senior, your colleague, or during the presentation you are just trying to be lackluster performer. Don't try to be an outstanding performer. You must include this communication skill, and you know well that without it, it is just right. You are managing your position, even though you are so strong. Never ever be at such a stagnant process. Instead, start learning now. Thank you.